Have you ever stood and stared at it, marveled at its beauty, its genius? Millions of collectors, lovers of film and horror alike, just living out their lives, oblivious. Did you know that the first program was designed to be a perfect human world, where none suffered, where everyone would be happy? It was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Some believe that we lack the programming language to describe your perfect world, but I believe that as a species, human beings define their reality through misery and suffering. However, when viewers of the Movie Canon YouTube channel tune in, they get a sense of joy. Too much joy, if you ask me. You see, the perfect world would dream that your primitive cerebral kept trying to wake up from. Which is why this was redesigned to this, the peak of your civilization. For some reason, human beings still found their way to the Movie Canon YouTube channel. This has to change. Look out that window. You had your time. The future is our world. The future is our time. Is there something on your mind?
Watch the Movie Canon.
Hi, you're watching the Movie Canon? Watch Geo. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Movie Canon. I'm Giovanni, and this is the Met Report, a show about movies, entertainment, and television news. It is Saturday, March 8th, 2025, and we just have a couple of things to talk about here today. We have the Mickey 17 non-spoiler review, which I'm going to do here today, very quickly, very short, brief review, but we'll do that. I'm also doing the just a quick discussion. Just a quick kind of like a review or, just our thoughts on Daredevil, Born Again, the series that was that premiered earlier this week. So we give our quick thoughts here. And then the Alien Earth, a series that is coming. There's not too much information about it. We'll bring that up here since I haven't really talked about this series at all on my channel. So we'll talk about that in a bit. And then, for the last few weeks on the Met Report, it's been all Oscars talk. I did my predictions. I had channel members who wanted to participate in the predictions. They submitted their ballots. So we're going to go over the results of the Oscars. It's been like almost a week, it's been almost a week, but I feel like I needed to go over them since I did talk about them so much in the last month or so. So I'm going to tell you how I did as far as my predictions. I'll tell you that I've had better years in predictions, so I didn't do as well as other years. So we'll go over that real quick there, and then we'll reveal the winner of the Oscar predictions. Channel members will reveal who won that. So it's a $25 gift card to either Sideshow or Amazon. So we'll reveal that winner there. But of course, I'm not doing this by myself. I do have one Canon Council member here today. He has been here many, many times on Figures Talk, on Horror Talk. So let's go ahead and bring him in here. We're talking about Mr. Robert, aka Feel the Burn. Horror remakes only. Start.
Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. Slumber Party Massacre. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Silent Night.
Point goes to Robert. So you survived, Robert. So there you go. Mr. Robert, feel the burn. How you doing? I think you might be muted. Are you muted? I think you are muted. Still can't hear you. Still can't hear you. You can hear me? Okay. All right. It says 1 second. All right. All right. So while Robert looks like he might I don't know, restart or something, or maybe. Okay. I see a volume thing now. No, you're still muted. You're still muted. Okay, it looks like you're gonna restart. Okay, all right. So we'll have Robert in here in just a bit here, guys. So again, this is the Met Report. I am going to talk about a few things about Mickey 17 and the Oscar stuff. But let's see. So let's look at the live chat real quick here while Robert reboots. So we have Mr. Feel the Burn, Robert, who is in the panel, or he is here today as a guest. Says happy Saturday, everyone. Thank you so much there. Robert, let's try to bring him in here.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you now. There you go.
Good?
There you
Okay.
go. There you go.
It seemed to drop the audio after you do my intro. You did my intro, so I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, because I think that happened on Figures Talk once, right? Because I did the intro and then you kind of started talking and it's muted. But
right.
But glad you're here there. Glad you're here, Robert. Thank you so much for joining me here on this new episode of the Met Report, which is episode 62. So it's getting up there. You know, the Met Report I started doing in 2021. I wasn't as consistent as I am now, like with Figures Talk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So now we have you here. We'll talk about the topics here that I mentioned earlier. You know how we just played your intro, Robert?
Yeah.
Now, what do you think? Because I'm debating. I have a concern about adding the audio for Freddy when he says, "You are all my children." So I was like, should I add that in there? I don't know if I should add that in there. If it'll mess up the flow of the intro. But
I mean, it's only a few seconds, so I mean, I don't think it should mess up anything.
Yeah, because the only thing I was concerned about, like, is this gonna get a copyright claim? So sometimes, you know, if you don't use it that often, you know, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's just for a few seconds. But if it's longer than that, then that becomes an issue. So maybe I'll try it. I don't know about for tomorrow, but I'll try it, see how that turns out there. But Robert, thank you so much for joining me here today. Any big plans this weekend? It is Saturday.
None so far, other than I'll be streaming with you tomorrow. And yeah, just talking about what's been released or announced and pre-ordered and whatnot. So
Right on Figures Talk, yeah.
Yeah. So.
And let's see here. Oh, let me go back here into the live chat. Commander Green is dropping by. Says hello there, Mr. Commander Green. Thank you so much for joining us here in the live chat. And yeah, he poses a lot of like cool pictures on his Instagram. There was one that he posted that I thought it was like a screenshot of like a Clone Wars type of thing, and it was actually his figures. So that was pretty cool. Mr. Commander Green. Thank you so much for joining us there. And looks like you were just talking amongst yourselves there. So thank you so much for dropping by here. All right. So now the things that we're going to talk about here, and then Robert, you submitted a ballot for the Oscars, your Oscar predictions. How do you think you did?
Oh boy, I may have gotten maybe one or two right. The rest, I'm sure I failed miserably. So
yeah, I have the score. I mean, obviously I have the winner, right? I have the winner. Now, what I'm gonna do towards the end of the stream, I'll review who the winner is, who got the most predictions correct. So I'll do that. It's up to you, Robert, if you want to know. You know, if you're not the winner, if you want to know how you did, or other people in the live chat, if there's people in the live chat that submitted the ballots, if you want to know how you did, I can tell you. But we'll talk about that a little later there. Just Commander Green, yes, thank you. So yeah, definitely, thank you so much there for joining us here as well there, Commander Green, thank you. All right, so let's get started with the first thing here. Let's see. I think the first thing is going to be the non-spoiler review of Mickey 17. Now I know, Mickey 17 is not one of those movies that is expected to be like a big box office draw, right? It's not a big sequel of something. It's not a big prequel of anything. It's kind of an original story. It is based on a book, but it's a different take. That's kind of what grabbed my attention for this movie here. So let me just remove this real quick here. So let me try this one. Oh no, that's probably not a good one. Here we go. I'll just do that. So when I do the movie reviews in my channel, the Met Reports, or just in Movie Canon, I do the see it, stream it, or skip it. Right. So see it is a movie that I think it's good enough that you should probably check it out in the theater. It's worth your time. It's worth your money. Stream it is kind of self-explanatory. It's probably a good movie, but maybe not enough that you should actually invest time and money to go to the theater, even though I am an advocate of everyone going to the movie theaters to watch movies if you can, money wise and things like that. Yeah. And then there's skip it, also self-explanatory, don't bother, Again, this is all just my opinion, guys. Not that anyone is going to have an issue with it. This is just my opinion. So that's how I see it. No pun intended. So it was see it, stream it, or skip it. So that's the grade that we'll give here of Mickey 17. Again, it stars Robert Pattinson. It is directed by Bong Joon-ho, who directed Parasite, and he directed a little sci-fi monster movie called The Host, which I watched. I think it came out like in early 2000, mid 2000, something like that. And that was a cool, fun movie. It came out of nowhere. So that was pretty good. And then Parasite was a great film. It won Best Picture at the Oscars. It's the only international foreign film that has won Best Picture. So it's a great film there. So I was, again, interested in this filmmaker because of the story, the premise here. And then we have Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson, a lot of people, they kind of dismissed him when he was cast as Batman because of the whole Twilight thing, right? But he's done other films, like indie films that he did after Batman that were actually good. Mm-hmm. Like, he's actually a pretty good actor. Like, the first time that I saw him was in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. He played Cedric Diggory, and he was good in it. It wasn't like, oh shit, like we have to look after this guy, but he played the character well, right? I read the book, so I totally bought him playing Cedric Diggory and everything. So now we have him as Batman. He did Twilight. Now we have him in this movie, and the trailer looked good because of the premise, the story, the ideas that they were trying to show in this, and if you for whatever reason you just don't even know what this movie's about. Like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time on here, but I do want to talk about it here. So Mickey 17 is a science fiction dark comedy, again, which was produced, written, and directed by Bong Joon-ho, based on the 2022 novel, which is called Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton. Bong Joon-ho, he did kind of joke. He did an interview with, I think, with Stephen Colbert, I believe. And they kind of asked him, like, why did you add 10 when the book is called Mickey 7 and the movie's called Mickey 17? So he just joked and said, like, I just wanted to kill Robert Pattinson like 10 additional times.
Oh my God.
If so, the character, right? Mickey. Now the premise is, it says the film stars Robert Pattinson in the title role alongside Naomi Aki, Stephen Yeun, who you guys know as Polly Glenn as in The Walking Dead, which I actually haven't seen, but I saw the first episode, which I just couldn't get into it. But Toni Collette from Hereditary, Mark Ruffalo, which we know as Hulk and other films. Set in the future, the plot follows a man who signs up to be an expendable in space, a disposable worker who gets cloned after he dies. So they basically send them over there in space, and sometimes they land into like different, I guess like planets or whatever the case. And they kind of want to experiment to see if it's safe to be in that location. So they send an expendable, in this case Robert Pattinson's character, to see if he would survive it, and if so, how long he would take to live there, and to try to find like a vaccine or whatever, or just trying to find something that would help with mankind. So then he dies, and then they like print another version of him. And then the story is that there cannot be more than one person living at the same time. So they can't be multiples, is what they call them. So we can't be having two Robert Pattinsons, two Mickeys at the same time. So something happens, and you see this in the trailer. Something happens where there are multiples. There's right here, as you see in the picture here, we have two Robert Pattinsons, two Mickeys there, and it goes along with the whole story. So this is a little machine that he comes out of it right here. So he's being duplicated. He's being reproduced or whatever, another version, a clone after he dies. And I like the idea that he dies a lot in the movie. Like, that's his job, to die, and he dies like in different ways, and sometimes they're kind of fun or funny or whatever, or just like very graphic sometimes. But that's where we're at with the story here. And so like I said, I found this interesting. Now, usually when I go to the reviews, I kind of break it down to positives and negatives. So I'm going to start with the positives of this, right? So the positives of this movie is Robert Pattinson. That is by far the best part of this movie. Like I said, he's a great actor. We've seen him do other things, not just Twilight, not just what is it, Edward Cullen. So he has some range. He definitely has some range in here. He changes his voice here. We have this character, Mickey 17, Mickey 18. Even those two characters are a bit different. So he definitely carries this movie. So I completely agree with him being like the top component of this film, the positive thing. Again, I already mentioned about the story, the premise, the ideas in this film. I thought they were very great, and everything like that. Now the score, I actually did like the score. I don't have the name of the composer, but I did like the score of this film. That actually stood out a little bit to me. And I was just ready to go for this story here. It started well, like at the beginning, maybe like the first, maybe like half an hour or so. But then that's where we're going to get into the negatives. So we're going to start getting into the negatives.
Uh-oh.
And let me see. So look, go to market here. All right, so we're going to get into the negatives here. So as I mentioned, I like the premise. I like the ideas in this. It was intriguing. It was different, right? But I did not like the execution of the story. Now, I didn't read the book, so I don't know how faithful they were to the story. But I felt that the ideas presented in the film had a lot much more promise. Now, I'm not saying that the story didn't go a direction that I think should have gone. What I'm saying is the direction that it did go, I felt it was kind of weaker than I think it should have been. Like, they could have done many other things. Exactly what it is, I don't know. That was up to the filmmakers and the story writers and things like that. But the way that it actually went, I didn't really like it as much as I was hoping that I would like. We also have the character that Mark Ruffalo portrays. I didn't care too much for his character, even though he is kind of vital to the story. I didn't really like it. Now, I know he's not supposed to be likable, right? So he's kind of like an antagonist, villainous in a certain way, right? But I just didn't really like to see him on screen. So I think that was kind of like a negative thing. He kind of reminded me of his character. Have you ever seen the movie Poor Things, Robert, with Emma Stone that came out last year?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. So he was in that movie. Actually, I think he got nominated for an Oscar for his role in that movie.
That's what I thought.
And he kind of reminded me of this. He kind of reminded me of that same character. So, it's slightly different. He looks a little different, I guess. But I just didn't really like his presence in this film. I might be in the minority, but I just didn't really like to see him on screen. I mean, ultimately, I just really was expecting a little more from the story, from the premise, and I just think it wasn't executed well towards the end. They kind of started to focus on something which makes sense. It does make sense, but they were kind of focusing on this other area of the story that trying to show the human condition and things like that. Okay, I get that, all that stuff, but to me, it just started to lose me. It just started to lose me a bit. But I mean, I would say if you're even a bit curious of seeing this movie, I would see it just for Robert Pattinson's performance alone.
Now,
Um,
is this supposed to be like a comedy drama or a dramedy?
it's like a dark comedy. It's more in the comical sense than a full on drama. Like even if you see the trailer, you can kind of tell that okay, this is not really like one of those drama films. It's more like
Yeah.
there's more comical components in there. It's definitely very dark comedy, dark humor that's happening in this movie. So
Yeah, because that's what I thought at the trailers. It just looked like it was just like a straight up comedy, like a sci-fi.
right,
comedy.
right. So it would be more like a comedy, right?
Yeah.
And this is Mark Ruffalo's character, as you can see here, right? Tony Collette's right there, and then Stephen Young. I mean, he was in this film. He was fine. You know, he didn't necessarily stood out either way. He was bad or good. He was in it. He was fine.
He's there.
Right, right. So, but so yeah, I mean, like I said, some other people may find it more interesting. Like I said, I thought the premise was promising, but it ultimately didn't really deliver. But you know, as I mentioned, we do the see it, stream it, or skip it. So for Mickey 17, I would say, you know, in a world of see it, stream it, or skip it in the movie canon, Met Report, I'll say it's more of a stream it. Like I said, some people may agree with this or not. I think it was reviewed pretty well by critics. I don't know about the audience. I haven't checked the score for that. Maybe I'll check that a little later. It is reviewed well. But for me, I think it'll be more of a stream it. I can't straight out recommend it to run at a theater unless you really were curious about how this goes with this story and stuff like that. Let's see. Oh, TJ Mike dropping by. Tijuana Mike, aka King Churro, a channel member. Happy Saturday, collectors. Thank you so much, TJ Mike, for joining us here in the live chat. Much appreciated there. Let me see if there was anything else. Oh, the grade. So, like I said, stream it. I'll say it's a stream it. I'll say it's like a C plus. I'll say like a C plus. Let me see here. I know my friend here, Mr. Alex Montano. I know he's a fan of the director, and I know he's going to watch it. So, just speaking to Alex Montano, if you're watching this, Alex, I do think that you might like it more than I did. And I know you're going to see it like in the theater and stuff like that. But Alex Montano, he's been on the Met Report several times. But so I do think you might like it, Alex. But let me know your thoughts later on if you're watching this now. But yeah, so those were my thoughts there on Mickey 17. And just very quickly here, Roberts, what are your What are your thoughts on Robert Pattinson in general? Like when you first heard that Robert Pattinson was cast as Batman, like do you like Pattinson as an actor? I don't know how many movies you've seen of his. What do you think?
Okay. Can we just stop saying Twilight? Just let it go, everybody. We can't keep comparing him to Twilight. That was so many years ago.
It was a while ago, right?
Let it cease. Let it die. Because I mean, he's moved on to better things. Obviously, I mean, like the only movies I ever seen him in were I did see a couple of movies of Twilight, but then after that, I was just tuned out. But I did see him in The Lighthouse. That was a great performance. Him and Willem Dafoe.
Oh yeah,
those were great performances there. And like I don't think I've seen any of his like other movies. I know he did like a movie called what is it, Good Time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like I remember that because in the Batman, the store that was getting robbed in the beginning was named Good Time Grocery.
Oh, so, okay. So like a little Easter egg or something, maybe.
Yeah, a little Easter egg there. So yeah, that's how I only knew about it. But yeah, as far as him as an actor, I think he did great. Like I didn't even know they were making a new Batman movie like way back then. Like but then when I heard Robert Pattinson in it, I was like, okay, we'll see how he does. I don't usually judge people by their filmography. Usually, I just like to see them in something that I'm interested in and see how they do. And then if they do great, I will acknowledge it. If they don't, I'm gonna say something about it. But overall, he's been doing a hell of a good job so far. But people just need to let the Twilight thing go. I mean, you know.
I mean, I think eventually they will. I mean, we've seen the Batman. A lot of people have seen the Batman, and it was received well, both critically, audiences, financially. It was received well too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think eventually they'll forget about the whole Twilight thing. Although I didn't think Twilight was bad. It's just like there's the thing about like, oh, he's playing Twilight in a rom-com movie about vampires and things like that. So it's like, some people don't really take him seriously because of that role. But that was a while ago. The first one was like in 2008.
I mean, hell, if Jennifer Aniston can star in Leprechaun, the first movie.
Oh yeah.
I mean, everybody gotta have a start somewhere, even if it's bad movies. And then in the future, they go on to better things. So. I mean, I mean, I think he does great. I loved him in the Batman. That's like my favorite Batman movie as an adult. I mean, my second, of course, is Keaton. It'll always be Keaton first of all. But yeah, I think he's a great actor. Do I have any interest in seeing Mickey 17? Not particularly. The story, I mean, just didn't seem really catch my attention. So I mean, maybe, who knows, I might just say, hey, I'll give it a shot, whatever, if I have nothing else to watch. But
absolutely nothing else to watch.
I have a full list of things that I definitely want to check out. So but because this one was I don't know how it's gonna do box office wise. Like I said, it's not one of those movies that people are gonna rush to see, right? Right, and I didn't even know it's based on a book too. So
I just recently found out that it was based on a book. But I mean, the theater that I went to last night, it was pretty packed. But it was one of those what do you call them, like Dolby, special Dolby ones or whatever, and that one was packed. Actually, a lot of people kept just walking in front of me, like most of the night. I was like, "What are you guys doing?" It's like, can you guys like sit down? It's like they just keep going back and forth. It's like shit. But
they were so bored. It was like, okay, I'm sure.
I mean, I don't know about all that, but it was packed though. There was a lot of people. We've been to those Dolby screenings, depending on the movie, right? That it's like not packed at all, and it is one of the better formats or whatever, or for the theater experience or whatever.
Yeah,
but this one was kind of packed, although I don't think it's gonna open big. But let me see. So some of the other movies that Robert Pattinson has made, like the King, The Lighthouse, like you mentioned, Tenet, Devil All the Time, The Boy and the Heron. I guess he voiced the Gray Heron, which you've seen that the English dub. If you've heard the voice there that he does, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, so that was Mickey 17. Let's move on to the next one real quick here, Robert. So this is Daredevil, Born Again, right? The series, Disney series that that premiered earlier this week, Tuesday, I believe, right? Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I mean, I watched maybe like the first 3 episodes of season 1 of Netflix, and I don't really know what happened. Like, I didn't think, I didn't hate the show. I didn't think it was bad. I guess I wasn't that invested in it that I continued watching it, right? Because, like I said, I only watched a few episodes of it. And it was through the Netflix brand. So there was a lot of question whether is it going to be connected to the MCU? Is it not? All that, those questions were there. And then all of a sudden, MCU or Marvel Studios told Netflix to stop making those Daredevil series, and then the other ones, Punisher and all those. So again, there was a question: they're going to recast? Are they going to recast Daredevil? Murdoch? What's his first name?
Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock. We were thinking that they're going to maybe recast him. I know there were some people who were like, no, it's going to be the same guy. It's still going to be Charlie Cox, right? It's still going to be him again. And and then we didn't get any confirmation until we saw Spider-Man No Way Home, where he was representing Peter Parker for that storyline there, and we didn't really see him again. But
yeah, everybody lost their minds,
right?
All that. I mean, my God.
And so it's like, all right, so we got the confirmation. So okay, so he is gonna be in the MCU. But then there was like, well, what are they gonna do exactly? Are they just gonna continue from season? I think they did 3 seasons, right? And then they're gonna start with season 4, or they're gonna reboot it. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I only seen the first 3 episodes. I knew I was gonna watch Born Again. I knew I was gonna check it out, at least gonna check it out.
Yeah.
And so I did. So I watched the first 2 episodes are out, and I did like it. I did enjoy it. I do like the whole, legal thing. That I don't remember how deep it went with the Netflix series, when you have Matt Murdock, who's a lawyer, and he represents a client or whatever. Like, I don't know if that's like an episode thing that they have, like he gets like a new client every time. I don't know how that works. Like if it's Law and Order, I don't know. But they kind of did it with this one here, and I'm sure the storyline will be connected to the whole season. Which is, do you know what character it is? The one that he represents in the first 2 episodes. I think he's another hero, right? It's like, I'm trying to find out what the character's name is. He's supposed to be another like comic book character, the one that stops the guy that's getting mugged or whatever, or getting attacked or whatever.
You mean from the new seasons, right?
From the new one, right? From the new one.
The guy who was helping the guy in the subway, right?
Right.
That character, his name is White Tiger. I don't.
Oh, it is. Okay, it is
White
White
Tiger.
Okay, that's what I was looking for, right? So, I'm sure, I don't know if it'll be connected to the whole season or whatever the case, but we see that was good. I like all that stuff, and that's probably as far as spoilery I'm gonna get at this point. But but just we saw that Fisk is gonna be like maybe the villain, maybe not, but so I enjoyed it. The opening sequence was pretty good of the first episode. But what are your quick thoughts so far of the series, Robert, and comparing it to the Netflix series? What do you think about that?
I think they're back to form. I mean, I was getting nervous just like everybody else, if they were gonna Disney-fy it and like level off the violence and swearing and all this other stuff, which surprised me because they throw in a few F-bombs in this series, which I was shocked. Like, in a Disney property?
It's
like,
TV.
Really?
It's TVMA, right? I think it's TVMA for mature audiences. Yeah. So I think after we saw Deadpool and Wolverine, that is still part of the MCU, right?
Yeah,
which is
that's
Disney.
why I think, he's
after
part
we
of the MCU
after
now.
we saw that, is okay. Anything goes at this point. I believe for Disney Plus, if you want to watch stuff like that, like TVMAs, for older audiences, I think you have to like change the settings to be able to watch it or something like that.
Yeah.
So I guess on that sense, I wasn't that surprised that it would be more like the Netflix series. It'll be more violence. It'll be more adult oriented, based on the stuff that I can already explain. But we have Christian Crosshair Cooper dropping by. Says, what's up, Gio and Feel the Burn? Hello, Mr. Christian. Thank you so much for joining us here in the live chat. And Christian, I don't know, are you a big fan of Daredevil? I don't recall if you are or not. Let us know here in the chat if you're still here with us. Let's see. Any other thoughts, Robert, on Daredevil Born Again?
I would say, like, if you want to keep watching the new series, but you don't want really, I would say start on season 3 if you don't want to like watch like all the past stuff, because basically season 3 kind of will tie into Born Again.
Okay.
But also, the Punisher is in it in this series too. So he also have his own Netflix series too. So you might check that out. Just, I mean, if you're not familiar with the Punisher and what he does and why he does things, you know, I would suggest watching the Punisher, you know, TV show too. But yeah, I think if you want to catch up on season 3, it'll definitely continue on from there to Born Again. But I say give the whole series a try. I mean, it is really
this new one.
Show. Really
this new one. This new one, I'm definitely planning on watching it. Like I said, I liked it. I liked the first 2 episodes. I just didn't know if I missed certain things because I didn't watch the other seasons of the Netflix series. But Christian says that he is a fan of Daredevil. He said, I've been watching season 1 and amazing show. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
Another one there. I want a Daredevil hot toy now. Oh, now you want, okay. And then we got that tease, right? We got that tease hot toy.
Yeah, tune in tomorrow. We'll be talking about that.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that tease there. I have a feeling, my feelings are always wrong though, that they're gonna announce the official figure like Sunday night or Monday morning or something like that.
Oh, God.
But we'll talk. I was expecting that.
No, I can't.
I was expecting. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm getting into the whole.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think I mean, it is slow in some parts. I mean, but it's not like, oh, we're taking on a new client every so often. Mostly it's had to do with, well, what's Kingpin doing behind the scenes and what's going on here for them to investigate. You know, it's kind of like a detective show, pretty much. It's basically that. Yeah, and I mean, it's just it's really interesting watch. Yes, you will have to sit through some boring parts, but I mean that's part of the storytelling.
Are you talking about the legal parts, Robert?
What?
Are you talking about the legal parts?
Yeah, like the legal.
Those were the boring parts. Those are the parts that I like the most, actually. So.
Well, I mean, because sometimes those legal parts are tied into what Kingpin is doing,
right?
Or what the criminals are doing behind the scenes. So I mean, yeah. I mean, I love what is it? SVU.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen SVU in a while, but I remember I used to watch it like, I don't know,
I
10,
watched
15
that
years
all
ago.
the time. So I really like cop dramas and courtroom,
And actually, I wanted She-Hulk to be that way. Like when they talked about She-Hulk, that they're gonna do a She-Hulk show and she's a lawyer, I was like, oh, they're gonna do the mixture of comic book MCU with a legal courtroom drama type of thing. They did it a couple times, but the cases that she had were kind of dumb.
Yeah.
so that's why I kind of like, it's not what I was hoping it would be. It looks like this is going this way though.
Yeah, I know they were trying to do like an Ally McBeal. Remember that show?
Oh yeah.
Back in the 90s?
Oh yeah.
I think they were trying to do that, but it just didn't really land in most spots. It just really didn't. And I mean, I've heard that they're supposed to be making a season 2. Is this true?
Of Daredevil?
No, of She-Hulk.
Oh, of She-Hulk. I don't know actually. Are there?
I think so. Chat. If they are, let us know in the chat. Are they or are they not? Because I've read like through Instagram, like one of the news sites saying that they greenlit season 2 of She-Hulk.
Oh, that they are. Okay. Because I
don't know how that's possible, but okay.
Because the only good things that I heard about She-Hulk overall was that Daredevil was in it.
Yeah, for like a couple of episodes, and that's it.
Right.
And I don't think that was necessary.
And then Christian is saying, I might pick up the mustard suit. Yeah, so who was it? Was it Mr. Valkyrie Magnus who was debating if she was going to get the mustard suit hot toy figure of the Daredevil?
It was Valkyrie.
It was, right? And then he wanted to get it after the show premiere and it waitlisted like already or something like that? Because I don't think it was.
Yeah, he was going to wait for the new one.
Christian says, not gonna lie, She-Hulk was garbo. Some garbage, right? Trashalite level, he says. Yeah, so
it has some funny parts to it. I mean, I just wish they had better writers. That's all. Just better writers and just better jokes. And I mean, there's so much they can they could have done, and the whole Megan Thee Stallion thing. No.
Oh yeah, that's right. I knew when that happens, the twerking scene or whatever.
Yes.
I was like, in my mind, I was like, you guys just lost like half of the MCU fans right there. That was I thought it was kind of funny, but still, I totally acknowledge that.
Like, I think after season 2, they lost. I mean, not season 2, but episode 2, they lost a lot of people. I mean,
yeah.
I was really hoping, out of hope, that this would be like a serious, like, adult comedy, but I didn't get that.
No,
I was just like so disappointed. It's so heartbreaking.
And then Christian saying twerking and lazy writing. Exactly right. Let's see. All right, so let's move on to the next thing here. So again, this is Alien Earth. So it's a series that's coming. Christian saying, "Give me more Moon Knights."
Yeah, it's supposed to be lit for season 2 too.
I think I heard something about that too. That I mean, I watched the entire series of Moon Knight, but I didn't. Ultimately, I didn't really like it. But it looks like they might be doing a season 2.
I liked it, but until the end, with that big kaiju fight, which was not needed in any sort of way.
Right.
I just didn't understand the brain thinking behind that, but whatever. Maybe it's still toys. Who knows?
Oh, maybe. Let's see. So Alien Earth, right? We have the series. So it's an upcoming science fiction horror television series written by and directed by Noah Hawley. And Noah Hawley, what did he do? I think he did something. Let me find out what it was. Oh, he did the Fargo series and Legion. I know a lot of people like those shows. So he's doing this here. Now, the part that I was not familiar, or at least I didn't know about, was let me see when this takes place. So it says that it serves as a prequel, and it's set 2 years before the events of the 1979 film Alien. So, I mean, I guess I didn't really know when it takes place, but I didn't think it was going to be before that one there, the original movie. I like the Alien films, not all of them, but I'm definitely interested in watching this. It looks cool, looks interesting. We saw the trailer, so I think it'll do well. I think it'll be good. We don't have a premiere date. They're saying like mid summer or summer 2025, around there, for Alien Earth, but they don't actually have a date yet. Let's see. Christian says, I'm hyped about this Alien, an amazing franchise, aka Alien and Aliens, he says. So yeah, exactly there. Are you interested in this series at all, Robert?
Like anything Alien, like I only saw like the first two movies, and then I saw Alien versus Predator, and I was like, that's good enough for me. I tried to watch the other sequels, but I like tune out in like 2 or 3 minutes of watching them. I just it just did not interest me. And I mean, I hope this is good. The thing about prequel series or movies, it's very hard to land, because any minute detail that you miss, people will call you out on it. So they have to see the movie, like the first 2 movies over and over, or at least the first one, since it's based on the first one, prequel to the first. So they would have to like look at that movie over and over to make sure, like, okay, we can mention this and this happened and this happened, or I don't know, but
yeah,
it's
I mean that's a potential issue when it comes to any prequel, like you mentioned. This one has Timothy Olyphant. I didn't even know he was in this, but apparently he's going to be in this series. Let me see. Let me read
Where is this supposed to air?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They just the only like premiere dates that they mentioned is like mid summer, like summertime 2025. They don't have a premiere date yet for it.
Well, I mean, like, where's it going to be streaming?
Oh, it's on Hulu.
On Hulu. Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be on Hulu. So again, another Disney thing, right? Since they own Fox and stuff like that.
Right.
So just to read the quick premise of this, because like it's like very, very short, but so apparently the premise of this Alien Earth series is when a space vessel crash lands on Earth, a young woman and a ragtag group of tactical soldiers make a discovery that puts them face to face with the planet's biggest threats. So that's Alien Earth, the series, coming sometime in the summer. It says Alien Earth is set to be released on FX on Hulu, so you can watch it on Hulu. I mean, I don't have FX, so I don't have cable. So, so I'll be watching that. I'm definitely interested in this. Hoping it's good.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope they don't piss nobody off.
Right.
Oh my
That's
god.
always when there's an existing franchise already, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's that possibility there. Let's see. We have Mr. 1Adam12 dropping by here in the live chat, a moderator and a channel member. It says, "Hey guys, problem with Alien Earth is it's a prequel, and what does that say? And
prequel, and we know from other movies.
Oh, and we know. Okay, got it. We know from other films nothing happens to Earth. So, well, there you go. So there's that issue going on. Now,
wasn't it? Didn't they like find the eggs on like a deserted planet or something like that?
I believe so. I've been going based on what the prequel movies, because I haven't seen the prequel films in a while. You know, I watched Prometheus, and then what was the other one called? Alien. What was the second prequel movie called? Covenant, right? Covenant.
Yeah, Alien Covenant.
Covenant, yeah. So it looks like we're already having an issue with that, but I guess we'll see.
See, it's very risky be doing prequels. It's just, and people think like, oh, I'm such a big fan, I know everything.
Okay.
You think you know everything, but yeah, you don't know, because you don't know probably half the stuff that the fans know about. So I mean, right. like if they make novelizations, people will buy novelizations. They'll buy fan fiction and all this sort of stuff. So I mean,
oh yeah,
but yeah, prequels are so hard, and I hope they land this. But yeah, good luck to those who want to see this.
Adam says lore is going to be really messed up now. To Robert's point. So yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I mean, I want to see xenomorphs. So, but you know, story wise, we'll see.
Do you think they'll show xenomorphs in this? I would think so. That'd be pretty pricey.
Yeah,
thing to do.
I think so. I think they showed. I mean, they're promoting it with xenomorphs. So that'll be another issue if they're showing these xenomorphs and they're not even in the series. That's gonna be another set of problems for them. But
or if they're going to show them for like one episode and then like hide in the background or some shit.
Right. Like you'll see like a silhouette or a little shadow or
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
To save some money. Adam says, having said that, I'm going to watch. Yes, I'll be watching that as well.
Y'all let me know how it is.
And then you're in the simulation, Robert, the horror simulation as a channel member. You're in the spaceship, the alien spaceship. So you're there. Let's see, xenomorph in first episode and won't be seen again until the finale. That makes sense. Yep.
Adam and me, we're like linked in thought processing. Man, you know, this is how most shows and like sequels do. Like, in order to save money, we can't have like the main, like, okay, example, Scream, the first, like, the TV series Scream.
I never watched
like that. Yeah, like the first season, use a whole different costume, different mask, and everything
I
else.
do remember that. Yeah, I did see that in that promos and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like, everybody's kind of like, why do they do that? Why don't you just keep the regular, costume and everything? We know what this is about, but
I don't know. Was it a copyright thing that they just didn't want to pay it? I don't know.
I don't know, but I mean, obviously it was successful because they made like 2 more seasons of that.
I believe so. Yeah, like I said, I didn't watch it. It just didn't look like Scream to me. Maybe because of the costume. Maybe I was like, that's not Ghostface. So maybe that's why I just didn't like it. Just didn't really interest me, and I still haven't seen it. Although I think I did hear that it was pretty good. Did you actually watch it though, Robert? Or
my boyfriend did, but I haven't seen it yet. But
okay,
really good. So
is he a big horror fan like you, or
kind of? Yeah, me more so than him. I mean, we go out sometimes to see horror movies, but there's certain horror movies he won't touch. Like
he won't touch. Okay,
any of the Terrified movies he will not see.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, I mean, considering the gore that we see on TV shows these days, this is kind of tame in a way.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. To me, it is. I've seen too many horror movies, so I'm like, nothing surprised me.
Yeah, if you've seen Terrifier, yeah. So it's like, then you kind of seen it all, unless you really get into some of the deep stuff. But
oh yeah.
Adam says, like Friday the 13th, the series had nothing to do with Jason.
Oh yeah, the Friday the 13th TV series that was on back in the 80s.
Oh, that's what he's talking about, because I know they're working on one right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the official name is Camp Crystal Lake or not, but I did hear something about that they can't use Jason yet because of some right issue. So we're gonna have that problem again. So
that thing has been, Friday the 13th has been in legal hell for God knows how long, and it's just like, why even make these little plans on making like TV series when you can't even use the main character?
They just want to use the name, the brand, like, oh look, it's a Jason movie series, it's a whatever series.
Yeah.
But then it's like, well, it's gonna backfire because now they're not gonna watch it because they see that that's not what they're gonna see, and that was the whole reason why they even tuned in. They're probably thinking that, oh, the story is gonna be so captivating that you're not gonna care. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Adam says back in the late 80s and early 90s. Yeah, so that's the one that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what I was gonna ask. Because like I don't remember seeing I didn't know that there was a Friday the 13th series back then.
Yeah, it was before. It was kind of before my time. But I mean, I've seen like little clips here and there, and I'm just like, where's Jason at? It's like, how does this work? I mean,
okay, right.
This is kind of like X-Files before X-Files.
Oh,
you know
okay.
What I mean? So, and like I've heard like they're supposed to be making a TV series for Halloween.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't even know how that's gonna work, because I mean, if you saw Halloween Ends, you know how it ends. So
right, yeah. So yeah, I don't know, because I know we're kind of going off on something else, but that's fine though. Because we're still talking about TV series, and talking about an adaptation of that. So I believe there was a bidding. I don't know how much of a bidding war, but I know they were trying to get the rights to Halloween, because Universal won't be part of it now. Or Blumhouse. So I think Miramax got the Miramax production company got the rights for it or something like that. So they're going to do the Halloween TV series. I don't know if they're going to reboot it. I don't know what they're going to do exactly, but I know they have that now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll check it out. You kind of like they're going to do the Derry series, right? The Welcome to Derry with
Yes, I'm really hopeful for that one.
Yeah, another situation there, but Adam says, I was just watching 2014 Godzilla with my nephew over lunch, and I really think we need an MCU movie where Avengers fight Godzilla and kaijus. We would watch that in a heartbeat.
This ain't Power Rangers? Dang. Jeez. Come on. Not everything has to be giant size.
I would watch it. I don't know if it'll be good, but I'll watch it. So.
Give me a robot. We'll talk. Yeah.
All right. So let's see. So let's go into the next one here. So I think this is the last segment. So the Oscar stuff, right? So I'm not going to go into like read all the nominees. I'm not going to go into all that, but I do want to go over how I did, and then Robert, if you remember how you did while we go through these, you're like, I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know. I like the ones that I want to win in certain categories. I think I got those, but everything else,
okay.
I'm sure I lost in those. So
you just like randomly select.
Yeah, it's random.
We have Mr. Yomo dropping by. He says, "Yo, hello, Mr.
Hey.
Yomo. Thank you for joining us in the live chat. A channel member. Thank you so very much there." Okay, so 2025 Oscar predictions ballots, right? So let's go here again. Let me go and show this. So, like I mentioned earlier, I mean, I was covering the Oscars for like a month, basically, on the Met Report. And I was like, I should at least talk about the results, right? So that's why I'm still doing this here. This is the last Oscars thing because it's over, right? So, but
yeah, but you're happy.
But let's just go over these real quick. So the nominees for costume design. So I got this one right. So Wicked,
Yep.
Wicked won. That's the one that I predicted. So I got that right. And I think you predicted this one too, right, Robert?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was one right there. The other one we have actor in a supporting role, so the supporting actor. I got this one correct as well. Kieran Culkin as a real Pain. So I got that. My favorite performance of this category was Jeremy Strong as the Apprentice. That was my favorite performance. Kieran Culkin, I figured that he would win because he's been winning everything. The only issue that I had with Kieran Culkin is that he just kind of played the same character that he played in Succession. So that was my only issue with that. But now a Culkin brother is an Oscar winner. So
who would thunk it?
Right. And have you seen those little memes? Have you seen the little memes where he's like Kieran Culkin from Home Alone when he's a little kid with the Pepsi can, and then he has like an Oscar next to him? I don't know if you've seen those.
No, I haven't.
They've been on online everywhere. Yeah. So I got this one correct. Do you remember who you predicted for this one, Robert?
I'm not quite sure.
Was it one of those random ones so you just picked the name?
Yeah, I think I might have voted for Kieran Culkin, but I also might have voted for Guy Pearce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember.
So I did get this one right. And then for the ones who are tuning in right now, so I will reveal the winner of the channel members who submitted the ballots, the predictions. I do have a winner who predicted. The person who predicted the most tied with me, actually. So they predicted the same amount as I did. Maybe not the exact categories, but the same equal amounts. So let's see. This one, makeup and hairstyle. This one was a given. So I think everyone voted or at least predicted the substance to get this one for makeup and hairstyling, and that's what it got.
Yeah, that one I remember.
And I believe this was the only Oscar the movie got. So it was just for makeup and hairstyling.
So sad.
Yeah. All right, so we got that one. So I got that one right. Original score. The one that won was the Brutalist. Daniel Blumberg. That was the one that I predicted as well. I think you predicted Wicked for this one, did you, Robert?
I don't think so. I think I might have got Conclave.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so got it right. So doing well, right? Doing really well. Although that doesn't last that long though. We'll see right now. Okay, the shorts. The animated shorts. The shorts were probably the most disappointing thing about the Oscars this year with me when it comes to my predictions, because I watch the Oscars, at least for the last few years. I watch all the shorts, I should say. I watch all the shorts each year before the Oscars, because they're good. They're actually pretty interesting ones. They get some topics that they talk about that I didn't even know about. So that's why I do like watching them. But I've been watching the shorts for a while, and then I make my predictions. I factor in the one that I like, and I factor in the ones that I think the Academy will go for. So I predicted Magic Candies, and they gave it to In the Shadow of the Cypress. So I got that one wrong, and that's even with watching all the shorts.
I think I put Magic Candies too. I just like the name Magic Candies.
Oh yeah, just the name, right? And
sounds so pretty and nice.
Because there were some of you guys who actually did well on the shorts over me, who watched all the shorts. So there was like oh shit, like there was people who got it right, and there's I know some of them who predicted it. Not necessarily in the collector community, but there's some others that I know predicted different shorts that I know they haven't seen, but they got it right. And then I watched them and I didn't get it right. So that's why this was the hardest one. I always say that it's always the hardest one to predict the shorts. Live action short film, I predicted that Alien would have won because it talks about like immigration and stuff like that in the US. So I was like, oh, they're going to give it to that. But no, they gave it to I'm Not a Robot, which is kind of like...
the one I got, too.
I think you did. I think I did see you vote for that. And like I said, you haven't seen any of the shorts, but right? So you just randomly select.
I go by names. Just any name that sounds very interesting and seem like fun. I pick though.
I wonder if the Oscar voters did the same thing and they just like, oh, this one looks interesting, I'm gonna vote for that one.
Yeah.
so I'm Not a Robot. I think that was probably one of the weaker ones of the ones that I saw.
Oh, really?
It just talks about like, I think it's like the message is like AI. I think it's kind of talking about AI, but all the other ones are talking about like other, topics that's happening, around the world and stuff like that. So I thought they would probably give it to others, but
right.
So this is the one that won. I missed this one. Adapted screenplay. So the one that won was Conclave, and that's the one that I predicted. So I got that one correct there. All the other ones, I mean, this one was kind of easy because all the other ones I haven't watched Sing Sing, but I didn't think that they would actually give it to Sing Sing. Emilia Perez, I was surprised that he even got a couple of nominations or a couple wins, I should say. Did you end up watching Emilia Perez yet, Robert?
No, I was just like, after all the shit that I've been hearing about the actors and the director, I'm like, I'm not giving them my support. Why even watch this garbage if I'm I just skipped out of it altogether.
Yeah, so we'll talk about how Emilia Perez did with the Oscars. Original screenplay, I figured they would give it to Sean Baker for Anora, and they did. You still haven't seen Anora, Robert?
No, but we just got Hulu and Disney Plus in a bundle, and they're going to be streaming Anora on Hulu pretty soon. So
on the 17th.
Once that gets out, I'm going to be checking that out.
Yeah, March 17th, so it's coming like in about a week, a little over a week from now. So it'll be there. I'll rewatch it then.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it swept up a lot of awards that night. I was surprised.
Yeah, I think it won 5 out of 6 Oscar nominations. So that was pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
So I got this one right. So that's another one there. Actress in a supporting role. They gave it to Zoe Saldana, Emilia Perez, and I figured
that was kind of surprising.
I kind of thought that they would, because she had been winning all the other awards, so I was like, they're just going to continue with the streak there. That's not always the case, but that does happen a lot. Because the other ones were, I mean, they were solid. I really didn't think they would give it to Ariana Grande for Wicked. And the other ones, they weren't, really standouts. Not that Zoe Saldana was, but I'm just saying because she had been winning all the other ones.
Yeah.
So they gave it to her. So, and got that one right. The next one was original song El Mal, and I figured that it would be an Emilia Perez Oscar win. I just didn't know which one. So I did went and listen to not the entire song, but I just listened to each of the nominees, the music, and I figured that they might give it to El Mal for Emilia Perez, and they did. And that's the one where the lady started singing pretty horribly at their Oscars acceptance speech. So I got that one right.
Yeah, I was kind of like, why are you singing your own song? I mean, like, are you that desperate to get people to watch your movie just because you won an award? Really? That sounds.
I don't know the reason for it, but I was like, that probably use that time to talk about something else, or to do something else.
Right.
Documentary feature film. I hadn't seen any of them. I didn't see any of these. The only one that I tried to watch was Sugarcane, which I did not really. I stopped watching it. I was kind of bored actually, but I've been hearing about Porcelain War, so that's the one that I predicted, but that's not the one they gave it to. They gave it to No Other Lands, so that's the one that won. So I got that one wrong. Let's see. The next one is another short documentary short. I predicted, which one did I predict? I predicted Instruments of a Beating Heart, which is just talk about these Japanese kids at the elementary school learning how to play. They're going to do like a show for a school presentation thing, and how much they like devoted to get the role there and play it and stuff like that. So I figured that they might give it to this one, but they gave it to the only girl in the orchestra, which was the weakest one of the ones that I saw.
Wow.
But that's the one that won. So again, I was way off on that. International feature film. I'm Still Here won from Brazil. I was thinking it'll be this one or Flow. I didn't think they were going to give it to Emilia Perez because of the shit that we've already talked about before. I'm Still Here, and yes, they gave it to her, that film in Brazil, and I got that one right. The next one was animated feature film. I got this one wrong. I said The Wild Robot would win. I think a lot of us
I did too.
predicted Wild Robot, but they gave it to Flow. So they gave it to Flow, and it also got the international feature film nomination. So that's the one that won. I got that one wrong. Okay, the next one was production design. I predicted Wicked, and that's the one that won as well.
Yep, I think I got that one too.
Yeah, so so you got that one. Let's see, and then the other one was for film editing. I predicted the Brutalist would win, David Jangso, but it was actually Sean Baker. I think that's what he started his streak. That was like his first Oscar win of the night, I believe. So he won for editing.
See, I think The Substance should have been nominated for this category just because of the way, how they edit the film, like in certain scenes. I feel like this would be the perfect win right here, but they didn't nominate it for it. So.
Yep, no
sad.
Nominations.
It's sad.
So I got this one wrong. For best sound, I figured they would give the Dune Part 2. Even though in the back of my head, I was like, the Academy's not gonna give Dune anything. but they actually did. But I did predict it, so they did give it for sound. So definitely well deserved. I don't think you've seen this. You haven't seen Dune, right? So
I haven't seen either of the Dunes movies.
Oh, okay. There you go. Dune Part 2, so it did win that, so I got that one right. Visual effects, same thing. Dune Part 2, that's what I predicted. That's what it won.
Okay. I think I got this one too. I'm pretty sure I did.
And cinematography, I got this one wrong. Nosferatu is what I predicted, but they gave it to The Brutalist. So The Brutalist won. So I was wrong there. I think with Nosferatu, I was just kind of like, maybe because I really like the cinematography of the film,
Mhm.
that I was like, well, so the other guys, so the other people are gonna like it too, over the
Yeah.
other ones, because the other ones didn't stand out. Well, Doom Part 2 definitely did stand out to me. It's just I didn't think they would actually award it, but I
Yeah,
was wrong.
I would think like with all of these, it would be Dune Part 2. Yeah, because I mean, the desert sands and like their, I don't know. It just seems like the perfect win for this, but I don't know. I need to check out the Brutalist. I just want to see really how good this is, because
Be ready for it though. 3.5 hours.
Well, I'm sure it'll pass by in a flash. I'm sure. Like, if anything, if I get lost in interest in it, like, I'll keep watching it, but like, I'll just like tune out and just be like, yeah.
It'll just
yeah.
be in the
Great,
background
yeah.
for okay.
Yeah.
It'll just be in the background. So I got that one wrong. Actor in a leading role. This one was kind of hard because Timothée Chalamet had just won the SAG, and sometimes, not all the time, sometimes it leads to or translates to an Oscar win when they win the SAG, and that's what Timothée Chalamet won just a week before. But I did predict Adrian Brody, the Brutalist. I did predict. I made my predictions before the SAG, so I didn't have any influence of the SAG, which was good because all the SAG winners didn't end up winning the Oscar. But Adrian Brody won, and he's the one that lasted like 5.5 minutes on his speech, which to me was like I don't know why he kind of felt that he needed more than anyone more time to do an Oscar speech when other people were being like, all right, you got to wrap it up type of thing.
Yeah.
I know that for the leading performance, they give them a little bit more time because they're like the leading performances or whatever. But he was like, told the people to stop the music, that he's done this before and he's going to continue with his speech. He wasn't done, blah, blah. So I think that was kind of rude in a way. So
yeah.
But
wonderful, my God.
But
just like Kieran Culkin with his little speech about like how he promised his wife that if he won the Oscar, like they were gonna have like a number of children, and I'm just kind of like, do we need to hear this? I mean,
I'm sure
you're basically asking a woman to just give birth because you won an award.
I mean, I'm sure it's probably a joke, I would think. So, but we'll see if we ever find out that there's another child there in the Culkin family. But so Adrian Brody, I got that one right, sure enough. Directing, same thing, got that one correct. Sean Baker for Honora, I figured that they would give it to him. Besides the other ones, I would have liked Coralie Fargate to have won for The Substance, but I figured that they wouldn't give it to her. But
yeah.
So we got that. Let's see. Actress in leading role. This one was Mickey Madison for Nora, so she won. And Demi Moore was winning some of the awards. So a lot of people were predicting Demi Moore would win for The Substance, but she actually didn't win. I did predict Mickey Madison to win, even though it was going back and forth between Mickey and Demi. But I did predict Mickey Madison, and sure enough, she did win. Although I kind of do feel bad that Demi didn't win it for some reason. I don't know why, but
did she win? Did she win like a lot of like the SAG awards and like
Demi Moore?
Yeah, Demi Moore.
Yeah, Demi Moore won the SAG. She won Golden Globe, or although Golden Globe doesn't mean that much anymore. Or
yeah,
I guess it never really meant much, but. So she did win a few awards. I think Mickey Madison won a few awards. So it was kind of like all over the place. But usually the SAG is the one that kind of like tells you, oh, they're going to win the Oscar. Like I said, not 100% of the time, but it's a good sign. But she did win the SAG, but then she lost the Oscar. So let's see. And Adam says, no, Culkin speech was sweet. I liked it. So he liked the Kieran Culkin speech. And Brody, only presenter to thank God. Honoree. Demi should have one life imitated art with young. Right, exactly. So you gave it to the younger actress, right? They gave it to the younger actress. So she's left there again. You know?
Life imitating art. Yep.
Exactly. And I do like Mickey Madison says Mr. 1 out of 12 there. So, yeah, so I got that one right. Let's see. The next one was Best Picture. I got this one wrong. I thought that, and the thing is, I know it was a risk for me to predict this because it's not that often that they do Best Director Oscar win and Best Picture Oscar win.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that common, but I decided to risk it anyway, and that was wrong. So the Best Picture, they gave it to Anora. I thought that they would give it to The Brutalist because I felt like it was more on brand with the Oscars Best Picture win. Like it had more of a message. It was more about something in history, things like that. And Anora is a great film, but it didn't really have those kind of Oscar-y messages, right?
Yeah.
But it was a great film. But like I said, I just wasn't sure if they would give Anora Best Picture, and ultimately they did. So yeah, so they gave it to Anora.
Yeah, I thought by looking at the trailers, I thought it was going to be like, any other romantic, dramedy that you can see anywhere, and that's it. I didn't know it was going to be like an award-winning film.
Yeah. Mr. Moose dropping by, 12-inch Moose stream. He says, hello, community of collectors. It's the second year in a row that the Academy went for someone other than the SAG Awards. And yes, that is true. That's right. That's what I was mentioning earlier. Thank you, Mr. Moose, for dropping by in the live chat, as always. Very much appreciated there. And yeah, that's right. So this is the second time that, the SAG winner goes on to the Oscars, to the Academy Awards, and they don't repeat the win there. They give it to someone else. So last year was Lily Gladstone. She won the SAG for Best Actress, and then she lost it to Emma Stone when it comes to the Academy Awards. So that is true there. Thank you so much there, Mr. Moose, for dropping by in the live chat. So those were the Oscar wins there. Just wanted to go over them real quick, just see how I did, right? So there's 23 categories. 23 categories. I predicted 15 correct out of 23. Had I not risked the Best Picture, which I kind of did in the last minute, I would have gotten one. Had I gotten all the Best Shorts, that's 3. Having seen them, I still didn't get any of them. So that would have been a little higher. But I got 15 out of 23 categories. So now, let's see. So the channel members. So the channel members, not all of them. Some of them weren't, interested enough to, submit the ballots. Which is fine. But we did quite a few. We did quite a few of the channel members who submitted their ballots there for their predictions. And the person who won did tie with me, so they got 15 out of 23. Let me remove this real quick here. Okay. All right, so the winner of who predicted the most of the channel members, who predicted the same amount as me, is Mr. 1 Adam 12.
Hey!
The Oscar predictions winners. So Mr. 1 out of 12 predicted 15 out of 23 correct. So congrats there, Mr. 1 out of 12, a channel member and Canon Council member when we do the Figures Talk. So you are the winner. $25 gift card to either Sideshow or Amazon, whichever one you want. Let me know, and then I'll get that for you there. And then he says, booyah. He says there. So yeah, so Mr. Adam, the Oscar predictions winner. So let me see here. let's see. Mr. Moose says, so the Academy has less members than the SAG, AFTRA. The Academy is a highly specialized group. The only people who can vote for actor actors were previous nominees, and Oscar winners now. There are thousands of Oscar voters. I think like 7,000 to 8,000, I believe, voters. When it comes to the win, I'm not sure if anyone could vote for the win. I believe for the nominees, I think it could only be like actors voting for actors for the nominations. I believe that's my understanding. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, once we get the nominees, I think anyone can vote. I could be wrong about that, but I do think the Academy has higher number of voters though than the SAG, because the SAG is just a certain group of just actors who are part of that union. Let's see, a sideshow, good sir, thank you. I'm not sure what you mean there, Mr. Adam. But
he wants this sideshow gift card.
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay, there you go. I was like, wait, what? Okay, so you want the sideshow? Okay, all right. So I'll send that out to you there, Mr. 1 out of 12. Okay, so let's see. There was something I was gonna say. I forgot what it was now. Oh, Robert, do you want to know? Do you want to know how you did, or?
Sure. How bad did I do?
Do you really want to know? All right, let's see.
It doesn't really matter because it's done, John. So.
Okay. So Mr. Feel the Burn, you got 6 correct.
Hey, 6 is better than nothing. So
out of 23, yeah. So you missed 17, but you got 6 correct. So
okay, yeah, because I was mainly paying attention to the movies that I have watched and that I really liked, and just figuring out, okay, I know for sure that this movie's going to win for this and this and this. All the other ones are just randos. So I figured I wasn't going to get those, but I figured like The Substance and Wicked, I'm sure I was going to get those right, at least. So.
And the very insightful comment here says, One Adam says, I knew watching movies and TV and reading comics as a kid would pay off one day. So there you go. So there you go. $25 gift card to Sideshow. So Mr. 1 out of 12, the winner. The winner.
Yeah, you know more about the Oscars than I do. I hardly ever watch movies. I just like if there's a movie that's really interests me, I will go and see it. But hardly these days, unless it's like Marvel or DC or stuff like that. Like I don't really watch like any other genre like outside of the stuff I usually watch. So yeah, I think like a lot of people.
I
need to change that, really, because I'm sure there's so many good movies out there that I just haven't not seen. So
yeah. I mean, there's some years that the movie list of films are not as strong, but yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna go this just showing the channel members here just very quickly here. So when you become a channel member, you get a some perks, right? So like right now the win that Mr. 1 out of 12 he was able to win because he's a channel member. He submitted a ballot for the Oscar prediction, so that's a perk for being a channel member. You've entered the Canon matrix. I create a channel member character file for each channel member. You pick a name. You want to change your name. You want to keep it the same, whatever it is. So we have Brick Artemis, who's a channel member, and his name is Spazzo. That's his alias name. He has 1 skill, no powers. No one has any powers yet. He's in the Star Wars simulation under Jakku, and he has 200 credits. Now, the first channel member who gets 3,000 credits will win a $25 gift card to Sideshow or Amazon. Once we go past that, then I'll do another, I guess, deadline or whatever you want to call it. So that's Mr. Brick Artemis, and I usually just play this real quick, but I never actually go over like the character file. So I'll just do this real quick here since we have some time here on the Met Report. Mr. Tim, VFG Movie Reviews. he entered the Canon Matrix. Mr. Tim, 2 skills. That depends on the tier that you have, 1.0 or 2.0. So he did the 2.0 tier, so he gets 2 skills, which are confidential. No one has any powers, so at least not yet. Simulations, he selected to go to the horror simulation, and he blindly selected the Muerto County, Texas simulation, which is where Leatherface exists. He has 200 credits. When you become a channel member, if you have a tier 1.0, you get 100 credits automatically. 2.0, you get 200 credits. Each renewal, you get that amount. So Mr. Tim enrolled or joined about a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So he has the 200 credits there. You could get credits when you're in the live chat, or if you're on the panel, you can get some credits for some of the games that we do, or things like that. So this is from Mr. VFG Movie Reviews. He has his own channel as well. And then going back to Brick, he has his own channel as well, Brick ARTEMIS. So definitely check that out there. And Tim has his own as well, and Instagram. And moving on to Collector Joey. So he has a 1.0. He calls himself Joey. Expertise, 1 skill. Simulation, he's in the Matrix simulation, so he hasn't told me that he wants to move out of the Matrix simulation, so he's there. 200 credits. So thank you so much there, Mr. Joey. He has his own channel as well. Check that out there as well. We have Mr. Yomo, who calls himself Yomo. 2 skills. He is in the horror simulation, The American Purge, and he has 620 credits so far as of March 2nd, 2025. So thank you so much there, Mr. Yomo. And then the little pill that you see on the top left corner, that's the pill that they chose, whether they're going to be the resistance or part of the machines. So that's where you see red or blue pill, like in the Matrix. Then we have Mr. 1 Adam 12, Agent Adam, 2 skills. Simulation, he chose Star Wars, and he was blindly moved into the Tatooine simulation. 670 credits is what he has as of today. The next one is Robbie, Agent Robbie. Oh, wait, let me go back. Whoops. Oh, no. I forgot to pause it. 2.0 tier, Robbie, 2 skills. Horror simulation is the same as the Mortal County simulation, 600 credits. Also an agent there. And then, of course, Feel the Burn, who is with us here in the panel, or here with me, joining me. Now, Feel the Burn. So when you've been playing some of these games here, Robert, when it comes to the Choose Your Adventure, so you have a couple things that other people don't have because of what the choices that you made. So you call yourself Agent. Is it Cinder or is it Cinder?
No, Cinder. Like a cinder, like kind of like cinder off a fire.
Oh, okay. Agent
Like
Cinder.
sparks. Yeah,
That's what Robert calls himself in the simulation. He has 2 skills, 2.0. He has 640 credits or human batteries if you're an agent. Simulation, you're still in the horror simulation, the USCSS Nostromo, the spaceship from Alien. And in one of his Choose for Adventures, he picked up the puzzle box from Hellraiser. So he has that. So he might be able to use that in one of the simulations later on. So he has that. He has an item. So thank you so much there, Mr. Robert. So that's theirs for you. Then we have Mr. Eddie, Agent Carter. He calls himself Agent Carter. 1 skill. He's in the Matrix simulation. He hasn't decided to move yet, so he may stay there. Credits or human batteries, because he has the blue pill. He did take the blue pill. 270 credits. So thank you so much there, Mr. Eddie. Money Mendez, he has his channel as well. And then we have Valkyrie Magnus. Now he calls himself Brock Landers. 1 skill, 1.0 tier. He decided to move to the Star Wars simulation. He's in Dagobah. 290 credits. So he's earned some credits, and so has Eddie, actually, when it comes to the figure price right games that we do on Figure Stock. So he's been getting some of those credits, and I think you did too, Robert.
I think so.
You've been getting some of those in there too. So thank you so much there, Mr. Valkyrie Magnus. We have Matthew, channel member, calls himself Vindertech, I believe. That's how you pronounce that. He is in the Star Wars simulation Dagobah as well with Valkyrie Magnus. He has 400 credits. And the next one here is Mr. TJ Mike. He calls himself Slade. That's alias name. He decided to move out of the horror simulation. He ended up getting his character got attacked by Ghostface, so he's missing part of his right arm. That's where you see the little Ghostface image there. So, but he went to Star Wars now, Star Wars simulation. So he's in Bespin. He has 600 credits. So thank you so much there, TJ Mike. And the next one here is Alice. She calls herself the Cheshire Cat. She's still in the horror simulation. She's in Woodsboro, where Scream takes place, or some of the films take place. 200 credits. So thank you, Alice, there. The next one is Aaron Collects. Calls himself Aaron Collects. One skill. Still in the Matrix simulation. 200 credits. Thank you so much, sir, Mr. Aaron Collects, for joining. And the most recent channel member is Mr. X-Man Supreme, who calls himself X-Man Supreme. One skill, 1.0 tier. He decided to go to the Star Wars simulation. So he's in Naboo. So that was the blind selection that he got. And he's in Naboo. He's out there enjoying life with Queen Amidala. So 130 credits he has so far. So I believe that's it. So those are the current members who have entered the Canon Matrix. Thanks very much, guys, for joining. Very much appreciated there. Paying monthly, much appreciated. So I've tried to do things a little different, especially when it comes to the membership, so that it's kind of worth your time and money, right? So I'll be announcing new stuff, trying new things, trying different things, and then let me know, guys, if you guys are enjoying things like that, stuff like that. So a lot of giveaways that I do if you're a channel member, and the simulations and all the other stuff. So thank you so much, guys, for all of that.
We need more red pill.
Oh yeah, a lot of people. Well, a lot of people are choosing the red pill, right? More than the blue pill.
Oh, did I say red pill? I mean blue pill.
You mean blue pill?
Blue pills. Come on, blue pills. Come on.
Yeah, because the blue pill is like, the system, right? So that's why a lot of people are like, no, I'm gonna resist it. But if you wanna, like, in the Matrix, ignorance is bliss, so that's the blue pill.
I never had power over anything, so that's a good this is a good place for me. So
yeah. Let's see. Mr. Moose says, if Oscar gambles were as big as baseball, Feel the Burn could be making millions with 0.250 plus average. That's what Moose is saying. I don't know if you agree with that, Robert.
I don't follow baseball, so I don't know. Sorry, Moose.
I used to follow it more than I do now, but But thank you, Mr. Moose there. Congrats. 1 Adam 12 says Mr. TJ Mike. Yes, definitely there. Congrats there, Mr. Adam. And again, if you're interested in the membership, I did drop the link in the chat, so you should be able to get there if you want to join the Canon Matrix. I'll message you if you join and gather some information like about your character and stuff like that. But let me see. I think there was something else that I was going to mention. Let me see. Where was it here? Is there I usually don't do this, Robert, but is there something in movie, TV, entertainment, anything that you wanted to talk about briefly? Anything at all?
Movies or entertainment? So I'm trying
and then
to
Moose
think.
is saying TJ. Yeah, I mean, if there was anything that you want to talk about, if not, that's perfectly fine. I know we talked a lot about Daredevil, Alien Earth, the Mickey 17 non-spoiler review, which I talked about earlier, and but tomorrow but tomorrow I am doing Figures Talk, 6 p.m. Pacific time. I'm actually like, not that I'm not always excited to do Figures Talk, because I am, but it also depends on what's announced, right? That it elevates it a little more, right?
Yeah.
So for like tomorrow, we have Mr. Freeze that was announced by Hot Toys, so I'm excited for that. Cause I'm wanting that. Frankenstein, the Caustic Plastic, that was officially announced, ready for pre-order. So we'll talk about that, and then the TIE Fighter, and then the tease from Daredevil. Maybe we'll get the official announcement. I mean, I'm not planning on getting it, but I know a lot of you guys are excited for that. So we'll be doing that tomorrow night. We have 1 Adam 12, Eddie, X-Men Supreme. I'm not sure if Dave will be able to join us quite yet, but if he is, we'll definitely have him on here. Then you, Robert, you'll be there. Brick Artemis will be there for a little bit, and then Blue Tattoo will be joining us tomorrow night. Let's see, and then Adam saying Paradise, watch it. Yes, that's one of the recommendations that Adam gave to me. Well, a lot of us actually. So I did watch it, and I did like it. I did enjoy the show. I watched the whole season. It was pretty good, especially episode 7. So I guess the least that you know about the storyline is probably best, but it was pretty good. Talk about Caustic Plastic, Infinite Statue, Frankenstein pre-order went up today. Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow on Figures Talk. We'll be talking about that. Just pre-order Frankenstein today. That's one of the things that I'm going to talk about, because I'm like, I don't know if I should go directly to Caustic Plastic or wait for Sideshow. That's one of the things that I'm going to be talking about.
It depends on how fast you want it. If you usually go through them directly, you'll get it faster. If you go through Sideshow, you know it's going to take quite a long time for you to get it. So it just depends on how
Although I heard the opposite somewhere. I forgot where I saw it, but...
Really?
Yeah. But like I said, we'll talk about all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Figures Talk. Adam says, started watching first episode of Daredevil. Great so far. Yeah, so there you go. So we did talk about Daredevil a little earlier.
I say just stick with it a little longer. I'm sure you'll like it. It's really good. I mean, especially you said you like court dramas and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I think you'll really like it. Just stick with it a little bit longer. Yeah,
so only 2 episodes so far.
Yeah.
Moose says, I pre-ordered Mr. Freeze and I deplore that film. Now I need the Clooney Bats and that Robin and a 97 Batmobile. Yeah, so like I said, we're going to talk about
we'll definitely
more
talk
stuff
about
this, more details about that.
Yeah.
Also watching Love is Blind, to laugh out loud, nothing to do with genre stuff. A guilty pleasure to watch with my wife. I have not watched that at all. Do you watch that, Robert, at all?
No, I stopped watching reality TV like ever since like Flavor of Love went off the air. You remember all those VH1 like reality dating shows? Flavor of Love?
I remember them. I didn't watch them.
You didn't?
I didn't watch them. I mean, I recognize the names, and I may not know what you're talking about. But I didn't. I don't really watch a lot of reality shows. Like even when it was really big, like when they first started doing them, like in the early 2000s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I never really watched. Yeah. Like I never watched Survivor. I never watched like some of the other big ones. I think maybe I've seen one of those music ones. The X Factor.
Oh yeah, X Factor.
I think I watched one of those. I never watched American Idol. There's some other reality shows that I've seen that I have not seen.
Yeah, see, I was like raised on like the early 90s like reality shows like The Real World on MTV and like True Life, those shows on MTV, doing stuff like that.
The Real World?
Yeah, The Real World. Yeah.
The Real World on MTV?
California, what else?
Oh, and even those the Jersey Shore, I didn't watch that either.
I love the Jersey Shore. That's
and I know it was popular, but I just never got into it. Like I don't.
Yeah, that's
I'm not really
kind of a
interested.
guilty pleasure of mine because I just love to watch everybody fight. I just love the drama of it. That it's a shit show, definitely, but it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, but yeah, I haven't watched a good reality show since Flavor of Love. And I think you would really love Flavor of Love. I think you will laugh your ass off with Flavor of Love.
Oh, really?
Flavor Flav with his big ass clocks, thinking he can get all these 12
Oh, he's
girls.
in that. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you'll get a kick ass time with Flavor of Love. Yeah.
And then Adam says we watch Bachelor, and I haven't watched that either. And Married at First Sight, same thing. I enjoy the drama. Yeah, I think a lot of people enjoy the drama stuff.
Yeah.
Celebrity Rehab. The Moose says I'm with Feel the Burn. F reality TV. It's over. It's all fake anyway.
Yeah.
You know, reality shows are still doing well. Like even after decades, so they're still doing pretty good.
I mean,
and
we have to admit it's all fake, but it's just the entertainment value of it. Like,
yeah, that they coordinate, they set things up, you know. So yeah. But
how do we feel about? I don't know if you're keeping up with the news about the Harry Potter TV series and the castings they have. I saw the one where they had an actor playing Severus Snape. How you feel about that?
I mean, I'm fine with it. I read the books, so I enjoyed the books. We've seen the movies, right? So we saw the movies with Alan Rickman. He did a great job. I figured they were going to do changes in the series. I'm sure they were going to do because you know the books are big. Well, at least the later books are pretty big. So I know they got rid of, like, it didn't show like big chunks of the storyline in the books. So I'm sure they're gonna now include them in the series now that they have more time, right? So so I like that aspect of it. I'm gonna check it out. I figured they're gonna do some changes with the casting, you know, things like that. I wasn't expecting to be exactly the same, and to me, it's like, okay, well, you can watch the Harry Potter films; those still exist for you. The book still exists, so you can still read those. If you don't like the direction that they're going, or if you don't like the casting, I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to watch it. So I mean, that's kind of how I see it. But I think some people were complaining about, oh, they cast this person to play that character. Like, for example, like John Lithgow, he was cast as Dumbledore, and I don't really see him playing Dumbledore as far as like the actor, like him portraying Dumbledore based on the Dumbledore that I've seen in the film and in the books. Yeah, but I'm still gonna give it a shot because I know John Lithgow is a good actor. I just don't know if he'll pull off Dumbledore, but I'll try it out. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I mean, my prediction is that they're gonna cake him up in like older makeup to make him look like a little bit more older. And I don't think I've ever heard him do like an English accent.
Right, that's kind of the thing. That's what I was thinking. I mean, as far as like making him look older, I'm sure that, I mean, he is older, but yeah, like to make him look like Dumbledore, that wasn't even my issue. They can make him look like Dumbledore. It was more like, I don't think I've ever seen him portray a you know, like a British accent or whatever. Like that I've never seen. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm saying. Like I'll check it out, but it wasn't like he wouldn't have been my first pick, my first choice.
Right.
But yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's played other characters. Like he's played good characters. He's played villains. Did you ever watch Dexter?
I've seen like a few episodes. Yeah, but I just
he was like the main villain of season 4, I believe. Was season 4? Yeah, I'm pretty sure season 4. He played a character called Trinity, and he was a very good villain in that. But it's still like he's still playing John Lithgow basically, but he was still a very good villain in that. So he's been able to portray different type of characters. I didn't think of John Lithgow for Dumbledore, but
actually, I do remember him having an accent. Have you ever seen Cliffhanger?
I have not. With Stallone, right?
Stallone. Yeah, I think he did have a British accent, and I think he was
Did he?
right. But yeah, just check out Cliffhanger. Yeah, I think he has a British accent in that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'll check it out. I'm not gonna just automatically dismiss it just because I don't like the casting or I don't believe it should be this or whatever.
Right. I mean, they cast a bunch of unknowns anyway in the movie, so who knows? These unknowns may be good too. You know.
Right. That's true. Adam says HBO Max has a very good track record of success. I don't like Harry Potter, but I can see this being well done with HBO's record. He says, and yeah, I would agree with that.
I believe, like in the books, like they go to like some dark places in the books, don't they? Yeah. So I would definitely see them exploring those aspects in the show.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, especially Order of the Phoenix. That's the biggest, fattest book of the series.
Wow.
And it's the shortest movie of all of them. So they cut a lot from the book, from Order of the Phoenix. It wasn't my favorite book, but there was a lot more stuff in it.
Yeah. I think if they added that, I think that would have made the movie a lot more interesting in your eyes, I'm sure. See, I had never read the book, so I didn't even notice. Like,
yeah, my favorite of the books is 4, Goblet of Fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the film was
Goblet of Fire seems to be everybody's favorite.
The film did very well. I mean, they cut out a lot from the beginning, but it was still pretty good adaptation.
Oh yeah.
Adam says Lithgow has played Churchill before. Where was that, Adam? Was it one of those Netflix shows with The Crown? Was it in The Crown? I don't remember seeing him in that. Let me know which one he played. Where he played Churchill. Best villain in Dexter. Yes, so he was. I would say he was the best villain in that entire series for sure. And that was just one season.
So it's like serial killer versus serial killer.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. I need to watch some more stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
Because aren't they doing a prequel series now?
For
Dexter?
Oh, they are. I was gonna check it out. I haven't had time. I think Sarah Michelle Gellar's in it. So she came back to. I mean, I haven't seen her in anything in a while, so she came back to this.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything whether it's good or not, but eventually I'll watch the prequel. I think it's on Paramount Plus or Showtime, one of those.
I think Dexter was on Showtime, so I would think it would be on Showtime too.
Oh, okay, so maybe it is. So, but you know how Paramount Plus, like I think Paramount owns Showtime, so I think. I'm not totally sure, but I think if you have Paramount Plus, you might be able to watch it.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. Okay.
Adam says on Paramount Plus. Yeah, he's watching it, so it's on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
And he says it's good. Yeah, so I'll definitely start watching that. I don't know if it's over because I know it started maybe a month ago. Then Adam says The Crown. Oh, so it is The Crown. So he plays Churchill in The Crown. Okay. Yeah. So yes, we got that. All right, and then let me see. Oh, he said it just ended. Okay, so the series just ended. The Dexter prequel series. Let's see. Jose Plus is dropping by. A moderator says, "What's up, fellas? Sorry I'm late. Currently at Universal Studios. Thank you so much, Jose, for joining us for." Pausing your fun over there to watch here in the stream, much appreciated there. And then Jose, have you gone to the Super Nintendo or whatever Nintendo Land yet? The world? Have you gone there? I'm sure you have. It's been open for a couple of years now. Let's see. Crown is a great show. And just saying a little Jose. And Jose, what's your favorite ride in Universal? Have you been to Universal before, Robert? Any of them? The California or Florida?
Years and years ago, I think I went to the one in California. I remember because I used to have a picture of me on the ET bike with ET in the front and flying over the moon and all that stuff. Back in the 90s, it was all.
They don't have that one in California anymore. They have it in Florida still. But they don't have it here anymore. They used to have a T2 show, like a 3D thing. They used to have it in California. I think it started in Florida and then it went to California. And I used to like that one. I used to go to that one, but then they got rid of it. I think they're doing a Shrek now or something, like a Shrek 3D thing.
Okay. Yeah. If anything, I'll probably just go to the one in California because I don't want to go in Florida.
But
too much weirdos. Too many weirdos.
It's close. California's closer, no, than Florida.
Well, I think Florida is more closer to Kansas than California. But
okay.
I had my choice. I would just go to the one in California because.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't feel like going to Florida. No.
Okay. All right. I've been to Florida a couple times. The last time was in 2021. And they have this like raptor ride there at Universal. That was pretty cool. I think it had just reopened.
I also heard rumors, like I think it's Universal Studios that they're going to do a Wicked ride.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that.
Yeah, like
that's going to be popular.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be like a roller coaster where you can be like, oh, you too can be Elphaba flying on her broomstick, but you can do it in roller coaster form.
You can defy gravity in a roller coaster.
Probably. That's probably going to be the name of the damn ride anyway. So
right.
I wouldn't be surprised about that. No.
You just go through
I'd be eager to check that out if they do that, but
go through a window glass or whatever. I don't know. I don't know.
Like, oh my god, no! Stop the ride! No.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, most of these are just rumors. So I mean, but I mean, as popular as the movie is, I mean, I'm sure they're going to capitalize it in some way, shape, or form, either by doing rides, merchandising, just all sorts of stuff. Yeah, and especially being an Oscar winner too. I mean, 2-time winner. So I mean, yeah, they will milk it for everything it's got. So.
Oh yeah. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other thing, so Figures Talk tomorrow night. I'm doing Figures Talk on Friday, March 14th, and then I'm also going to be on, I believe it's on 16 Fix channel. So Jose Plus, Más o Menos, King Shark, Tank. So I'll be in that, as you can see here in this little thumbnail, little image. Capítulo 3, Chapter 3, Saturday, March 15th. I'm not entirely sure about the time. So, Jose, if you're still here, if you went back to having fun, then that's fine. But I don't know what time you're doing it. But I know it's on Saturday, March 15th. Last time it was kind of early in the day, like at 9 in the morning Pacific time. I don't know if that's going to be the time for this one, but I'll be in that. I'll be going against Shane from 16 Figure Focus for the Shark Tank stuff. So definitely tune into that. That'll be very interesting. So check that out there. And I think that's it. The things that we have here, like I said, we'll talk about Figures Talk tomorrow. A lot of cool stuff that was announced and teased and whatnot. So excited for that. So
yeah.
So Mr. Feel the Burn, let me actually wait. Where did it go? I thought I had your Instagram stuff. Let me get over there here. But Robert, what do you have going on here?
Nothing really is going on. I got a custom that I got in the mail yesterday. I'm not quite sure if I should take pictures of it or not. Only because, like, okay, when Wicked came out, I had made a post on one of the groups saying, like, I wonder, like, this is going to be like $1 billion film, and I'm wondering if Hot Toys will ever make figures of it, whatever, and I got like trashed in the group, and I'm just like, yeah, I need to sign out. It's negativity. I don't need.
I saw that actually. Yeah, I saw
yeah,
that.
And whatever. But the figure I got is a custom. I don't know if you ever saw the movie The Wiz.
I didn't. I have not seen it. I know what you're talking about. I know
Yes.
which film you're talking about.
Yes,
but
I actually have a custom Dorothy Diana Ross that I had made custom that I've been working on for like years with this other guy. So yeah, I got that in yesterday, and I might say to hell with everybody who doesn't like it. I like it, so I'll post whatever I want to, because
all right.
The Wiz is my favorite movie. I mean,
is it? Okay.
Yeah, it always brings a smile to my face. And yes, it is another musical, of course. It's
Okay.
it's basically an all-black cast of The Wizard of Oz, basically.
But
So-
didn't you destroy all the musical potential figures on Keep Gift or Destroy?
Why we gotta bring that up? Come on. Hey, this is something I love. I don't care. I can break the rules just this once.
All right.
Something I really love, But yeah, I might go ahead. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting on a couple of pieces to show up, and then I will post those up on my Instagram. And then also we'll be we're off the guy I'm working with. We're doing a Michael Jackson Scarecrow to go with her. So we're working on that. So that's probably going to take another a year or two to get it together. So
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, streaming with you tomorrow night. So I hope I see everybody there. And hey, on the way out of this stream, make sure you hit that like button. Support.
Oh, I
know.
forgot.
Yeah.
Let me play this.
Action!
Oh. Okay.
If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Like and subscribe to the Movie Canon.
What up, baby? It's Reverzio, and you're watching the Movie Canon. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey friends, it's 1Adam12 here. Don't forget to subscribe to my friend, the Movie Canon, for all your movie, entertainment, horror, and 1/6 action figure talk. Thank you.
Guys, if you aren't already subscribed to the Movie Canon, make sure that you do so, because you are totally missing out. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, and hit the notification bell so you know the next time.
What's going on, everybody? Flavio here from the House of Collectibles, and you guys are watching the Movie Canon. Don't forget to grab your popcorn. Don't forget to grab your drinks. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.
Bienvenidos a Movie Canon. Denle like, comenten y suscríbanse.
So, thank you guys who collaborated in this video. Much appreciated there. Definitely hit the like button if you haven't done so already. It really does help with the algorithm. It is not fake. It is not rumors. It really does help. So, hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe, comments, anything that is positive and good. So, it'll help the channel, and therefore I can do more cool giveaways and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have awesome people on the panel like Mr. Robert, who's in here now, and Adam, who's in the live chat, and Brick, and X-Men Supreme, Eddie, everyone over there. Thank you so much. And then Adam says, saw The Wiz when I was a kid. I liked it. Fuck the haters, he says. And post what you like. Saw The Wiz in the theater. When did that movie come out?
1978, I want to say.
Oh, okay, so it is late 70s. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was
70s.
I wasn't sure if it was 80s or late 70s.
Oh no! If you seen Diana Ross, she got her big throw. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, but so I'll be on tomorrow night. So I hope I see you all there, and yeah.
All right, so that'll be the end of this stream here today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching in the live chat, much appreciated there. If you're watching live, I should say. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for that as well. Again, tomorrow Figures Talk, Friday as well, and I'll be on Más o Menos on Saturday, March 15th. And then you'll see Feel the Burn tomorrow night as well on Figures Talk. And thank you so much, guys. Have a good rest of your Saturday, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow night. And actually, I'm gonna talk about something because we're about to hit Figures Talk episode 50, so I want to do like a big thing for it, so I'll mention that tomorrow, what I'm planning on doing, or some of the things that I'm planning on doing. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Have a good rest of your day.
Have a good night.